Speaking of movies, our Chris Pickle is a huge fan of Star Wars, and this next story is about someone who might like it more than her, although, Chris, I do believe you might have a Star Wars onesie somewhere in your closet.
Maybe, and it might be Darth Vader, but we won't go there right now. And I would argue that this
explains
guy,
so much right now, actually.
It was a gift. But I would say this guy just might be a bigger fan because he actually has a pair of lightsabers that were used in the original movies.
Yeah, our CBS 5's Jeff Van Zandt talked with how this man came into possession of those iconic movie memorabilia.
How many of us would love to have one of these? Well, there's one guy here in the valley that does.
The ships come across the screen, and I was like, oh, this goes on and seems like it's never going to end. And I was like, boom, I was hooked.
Bert Martinez is a Star Wars superfan. It all began in the beginning with New Hope in 1977.
It's a real simple story. It's good against evil.
Seeing the movie was an event.
I went back and saw it, and I went back and saw it, and, during that summer, I must have seen it like, 10 times.
Through the years that followed, he collected models, toys, little things.
R2.
But then he got an opportunity to step up his game.
This is the weapon of a Jedi Knight.
Picking up a pair of lightsabers used by Luke Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi.
They're not a replica. They're the real thing that were used by the actual actors.
The story goes, in the 90s, he knew a guy that knew the prop master, Frank Bruton, the man who helped create the props for Star Wars. He was selling a couple of lightsabers. Bert couldn't resist. He bought two for $2,500 a piece.
Every time I hold it, I get all giddy about it. It's just cool.
With the release of Force Awakens and Rogue One, the value of these sabers has skyrocketed.
It's like a kid in a candy store.
If you're a Star Wars fan or not, we all know about these amazing props.
These are stainless steel. These have heft to them. They feel real. It's a real device from a graphics camera. It would hold up a big camera with a big flash bulb.
For years, Bert has kept his prized possessions, pulling them out for kids and adults to see, touch, and of course, play with.
9 out of 10 people will say, well, does it work?
Bert knows the world would love to get their hands on these things, but he says there's no chance he would sell them.
It's a lot of money, and I guarantee you my wife would just love, but sooner or later the money's gone.
Bert says he has received some offers and says the value of these things together could be in the ballpark of $40,000.
The Force will be with you.
I'm Jeff Van Zandt,
Always.
CBS 5 News.
Man, can you imagine just having that piece of cinematic history that you can always, no matter who you're talking to, you have someone to talk about. It's like, hey, I found some lightsabers.
Not bad, not bad at all. Well, don't go anywhere. CBS 5 News